Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We are back in action, as one would expect. Like I said before, these will be happening weekly, so at least weekly. So we did one last Monday. We're doing one today. We might do one later this week as well. Hopefully, that is the goal, and you can hold us to that if that's not the case. So, as you may know, we are streaming on Twitter, we are streaming on YouTube, and on Twitch. So, follow us on there. I will put the links on the Twitch chat here in a second. So, obviously, those of you watching on Twitch will already have the Twitch link. And those of you who are watching elsewhere will probably know that we're elsewhere. So, twitch.tv/Omar Hawwash BG, twitter.com or x.com/blogonogram, and youtube.com/blogonogram. So, with that out the way, today we'll be doing something a little bit different. So, obviously, first of all, hello, Zikules, happy you could join. What we're going to do today is a little bit different, because before we did manager career mode, and to be honest, it's not as fun as I thought it would be. Maybe that's due to the lack of involvement from you guys. I think that definitely would add a lot, so I do hope that those of you watching today will be a bit more involved. It would definitely help make it a little bit more fun. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So get involved in the chat. Let me know if you like these, if you don't like these. I'm totally open to doing other stuff as well on stream. Like, we could, talk through football highlights or something, if that's something that you guys would like to watch. Literally anything that has anything to do with football. But I figured that doing this could be a little bit more fun than just talking about football, because it's a little bit more interactive than, looking through highlights or whatever it is. But obviously we're doing live comms on Twitter Spaces for the Barcelona games that are getting played, and also post-match and pre-match stuff, whether that is on or off stream is obviously something that we take game by game, but the idea is that we try to get you guys involved as much as possible and give you more audio-visual content. So it's not just written content, because that can get quite boring for you guys in the long run. So that's sort of the goal with everything that we're doing at Blogonogram, and everything that I'm doing. I'm trying to really elevate when it comes to streaming, and I think this could be a good way of doing that. So, Zikules asks, who should join Barcelona in the transfer market this summer, Isaac or Nico Williams? To be honest, it's a tough one, right? Because for me, I think Isaac is a no-brainer, because he's been quality consistently. I think for me, no matter what people would say for his time at Real Sociedad, I think he was always a very good striker, had a very good instinct for goal. I really think that he has a really bright future ahead of him, and he's still very young. He's like, what is he? 25. Not very young, but he's still quite young, right? And he's tearing it up at Newcastle, arguably at this current point in time the best striker in the Premier League. And I mean, I've said it before, I don't think he's leaving. I really don't see him leaving. I'd be very surprised if he did leave, but I would honestly take him over Nico Williams. I totally, for me, it's also, as a Barca fan, it's not, I don't feel any type of way for Nico rejecting Barcelona. Like, if he didn't reject Barca and went to Barca the second they came in for him, I would have been kind of worried, in the sense that, what would he do then if there was another dream club? A lot of players always talk about, oh yeah, Barcelona was my dream club from day one and all that. Everybody says that. With Real Madrid, with Barcelona, even with Atleti to an extent, right? Everybody says that. So it's not really something that is super tangible. It's something that you could be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that is true, right? Because Barca is a big club, and it's a historic club, and obviously a lot of players dream of playing at historic clubs. So obviously when you sign for Barcelona, the first thing you're gonna say is, that's my dream club, even though that might not be true. You know, same thing with Real Madrid players or Barcelona players going one way or the other, right? Like Luka Modric was a Barca fan growing up. You know, same thing with Isco. Some Barcelona players were, you know, pictured in Real Madrid shirts when they were younger. So it's not really a thing of like, oh, it's my dream club necessarily. Which is also why if Nico had joined at the time, I would have been a little bit worried because maybe that's not his dream club, you know? You could say a lot about players who grow up in a certain environment at a certain club, like with Athletic Club, who, you know, famously only have homegrown players, right? Like even if they sign a player from the outside, it's usually a Basque player or someone who's been in their academy. I want to double check this so I don't say anything wrong, but like they signed Ander Herrera, right? He went from, I believe, United to PSG and then went to Athletic Club. And Athletic Club is not where he started his career. He actually started at Real Zaragoza and then went to Athletic Club. And then from there went to Manchester United, right? So he's a player that is considered homegrown, even though all of his youth years were spent at Real Zaragoza, right? So it's not like they necessarily only sign youth players, but they sign Basque players, right? So for those players that don't necessarily get a step up, they might be the dream club, right? Like Iñaki Williams, for example. He's probably staying at Athletic Club his whole life, right? And that's okay. That's cool. I respect that. Especially in a time where football is very driven by money and big lucrative contracts and all that and all those empty promises, right? I think it's really nice to see players who say, nah, look, I really, really love this club. I've, you know, been through a lot. Iago Aspas is another example in La Liga, right? Where it's not necessarily due to him not being good enough for another club. It's just that he is attached to this club in a way that, you know, he's really been molded in this club, and he's been through adversity and been through good times with them. And I think for Nico Williams, it might be a similar thing. And I don't know if necessarily if he would join Barca this season, like this summer, because he hasn't exactly had a breakout season at Athletic Club this season either. Like it's not been like he's had a really good season with them. I honestly thought he'd do better. He hasn't done all that well. He hasn't been all that amazing. After the Euros campaign, right? Whereas Lamine Yamal has really taken off. And I think maybe, you know, coming off of that Euros high and coming off of the whole thing of like, oh, you know, FC Barcelona want me, which regardless of, I'm just adjusting the line here, regardless of what you may think of like, oh yeah, are they a good enough club or whatever, is, I think that might be better lighting actually. Yeah, let me know in chat if it's like flickering or whatever. I'm trying to figure out the best thing. Got this ring light today, so I'm trying to make the best of it as I can. But yeah, like it's a different case for different players. But for me, I think Nico is a player that I think there's two options. Either he stays at Athletic Club for like the rest of his senior career pretty much, or he moves on. And if he moves on, I think this season would be the season to do it, because he's still sort of living up, like he's still sort of coming off the hype of what he did with the national team. And I honestly would love to see him. I just think if Barca had to pick between Isaac and Nico Williams, they would be making the wrong decision by going for Nico Williams, because you don't need a Nico Williams profile right now when you have a Rafinha. You have Ferran Torres, who's doing decent. He's doing very good as a substitute. I saw a stat earlier today saying that he had scored, about 13 goals this season. You know, in the league, I believe. And that's really, really good numbers for someone who's coming on as a substitute. And he hasn't been that great as a starter. Although, I don't know that Nico would be that either. Like, realistically, I don't know. I don't think Nico would just, like, fit like a glove. You know, I really don't think so. I think it would take a lot, and I think given the hype that he's had last summer for the whole thing of like maybe coming to Barcelona, I don't know if it would do him a whole lot of good to move to Barcelona now, because people would be like, oh yeah, you know, you saw that it wasn't good enough over there, you didn't do good enough over there after the Euros, so you came here and now you think you can do everything. And especially with how reactionary the Barcelona fan base is most of the time, at least on social media, it's gonna be a tough ride, man. And I don't know if it's better for him to just stay at Athletic Club. But for me, if the choices between them two, I would go for Isak every day of the week, especially because of Lewandowski aging and being a sort of a liability against certain systems. Um, I would definitely go for Isak if given the option. But yeah, that's my answer. I know it was very, very long-winded, but that's my answer. So I hope that answers your question. Um, and again, let me know in the chat, like, any questions, anything you may have. Again, this space is for us to talk about football. It's a safe space for all of y'all to kind of come up with your opinions and whatever you think is going on, whether it's Barca, whether it's Man City, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Porto, like football in general. That's what we do here. And last time and the time before when I did these streams, I was doing manager career mode. Today we're actually going to switch it up because I did a poll on Twitter and some of you thought that it would be quite interesting to do a player career mode. So we're going to try doing that. Yeah, so we're going to try doing that. Let me know in the chat what league you think we should start in. So for the record, for those of you that know this game, and for those of you that don't, I'm going to just really give you a very, very quick lowdown on how this works. So the most important part is on FIFA, you get to choose your team. On here, you just get to choose a league, and then it puts you into a team that fits with whatever overall your player has and all that, right? So that's sort of the way it works. I have also added a gameplay mod, so the gameplay is not the vanilla from the standard PES 2021. It's far more realistic, which is also why I'm going for the professional difficulty, because when I went for top player, it just felt way too robotic, and passes were getting misplaced everywhere, and no one was making the right runs. It was a mess, and I don't want that because it's not going to be fun for anybody. So I'm going to go with professional. It's going to set all these things up here. We're going to do fairly high. That's fine. And Euros. We're going to make a player, and I'm right off the bat, I'm going to just go with the Spain national team because I think that could be a lot of fun. Unless you guys have any other suggestions, let me know in the chat. I think it could be pretty fun to do other countries as well, but I really don't know what countries to go for. So let me just put everything up here. Oh, that was my cider. There we go. I believe. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's how the names are written. I was trying to make sure that I got them right. Or actually, maybe not. Maybe it's actually the full thing now. Because on normal PES, it's usually like the whole thing. So it's like the first letter dot and then the last letter, the last name, and it's just full on like all caps and everything. But that's not the case here. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we're gonna go with the Spain national team. Unless you guys have any other suggestions, do let me know. And honestly, with this, we're literally just gonna go with like, what I'm gonna do is off camera, I'm gonna customize the face. But for now, we're just gonna go with a random face here. And I will customize it off camera. So next time it'll look a little bit more like me. Obviously taking the, what's it called? All of this like customization, like limits and restrictions and all that into consideration. It's going to be a little bit difficult to really make them look like me. Trust me, I've tried. It's really not that easy. But we move. So what was that haircut? That looks ridiculous. But yeah, man, like I said, let me know anything you guys think we should talk about here in chat, anything you guys think we should do or not do or whatever. Let me know, man. Like, again, the whole idea with these is for you guys to get to decide everything with me, and also just for all of us to just get to be able to talk about everything, you know, because it's not always that you have a platform to talk about football any way you want. And for me, I feel really lucky that I've been able to build that with our amazing team over at Blogonic. We've been able to build a platform where people can really, you know, make their voices heard, you know. I really think that's something that I don't want to take for granted personally, and I consider myself very lucky that we've been able to build that. So we're just gonna go with some random celebrations, etc., just to kind of get the ball moving. Chat, let me know what league we should start in. If you don't let me know, I'm gonna choose a league myself and in a position myself. I've done a player career mode where it's been where I've been a cam. I thought that was really interesting. Striker, I think, could be very interesting because I'm the kind of guy when I play football. I played football for over 10 years, right? For me, it was always like I like to drop deep, and in this case, I think it would be a very interesting challenge to not be able to do that, to just have to be the poacher, right? So I think that could be really interesting. What's up, Andy? Says SPL. Okay, we might do that, you know. All right, let's do SPL. I think that could be really interesting because it's not a league that I would go to myself. Like, it's not a league that I would choose. And we're probably gonna start off at a lower like league team, like Hearts or something, right? You know what? Let's do it, man. I said I'd do what the chat told me, so let's do it. Let's start at the Scottish Cinch League. I'm actually unsure if I have the. Oh man, I should have probably checked that, right? I'm not sure if I actually got the stadiums for Scotland. I think I might have gotten them, but I'm not 100% sure. You know what? We'll find out. We'll find out in a second. I hope I got them. If not, I'm pretty sure I can get them, and then it will carry over. That's the cool thing about this as well. Like, if you download game faces or whatever, or like change the celebrations for certain players, it does reflect in the league, even if you've done it after. So we start at Ross County. I don't even know a single name. I could not name you a single player or a single person that has ever had any association with Ross County. So this is going to be really interesting. So this is us, a Spanish forward starting in Scotland, which is not. That is not what I thought we'd be doing today. I'll be completely honest with you. It is really not what I thought we'd be doing today. So that is really, really interesting. That's the start, and I'm curious as to how it's gonna go, man. Cause yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, and to be completely honest, I'm really not excited about finding out. I'll be real. I'll be so real with you, chat. I'm not excited about finding out how this is gonna go because this might be a whole ass mess. So that is us. All right, and it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be really, really interesting how this is gonna go. So first of all, autosave is on, and as you can see, I've got some other saves as well. This is my Become a Legend that I've done. If you guys would like me to continue that, just jump into it. Could be interesting. The only team in the Highlands in the top flight. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. And again, like, this is really, we're starting already. All right, I'm not complaining, man. I'm really not complaining. So let's look at this starting lineup, man. Ross Laidlaw, Nightingale. I heard a sound. I'm really not sure where that sound came from. I'll be real, chat. I really don't know. No, I have no idea. Oh, wait. I know where that sound came from. Yeah, I know exactly where that sound came from. That's my phone telling me that it needs to be charged. There we go. Boom. All right. I genuinely do not know a single player here. That is crazy. Jordan White and us, and we've got the number 5, man. What kind of striker do you see wearing the number 5? This is about to be a crazy career mode. Yeah, not a single name rings any bell whatsoever. And to be honest, this might be a decent start for us in the sense that we're starting in a league that is probably not going to be the toughest, and at the same time is also going to give us the chance to really grow with the team, hopefully in some sort of way. So I'm really curious as to how that's going to go. And like I said, chat, talk to me, man. Talk to me about the game, about football, about whatever. Just let's have some fun. Let's really try to make this a space for all of y'all to really do what you want to do. Okay, so I believe, is this actually the, hold on. Okay, I don't think that I have the, I don't think that I have the stadiums. So I will do that before next stream. However, let me just check something before we get going, because I don't. Okay, good. All right. Additionally, do let me know. Like, it does look a little bit laggy to me. I'm gonna check on stream if it's laggy for you guys also. I don't think it is, but I guess we're about to find out. One thing I should have probably checked is what, oh, we're in. Oh, that is an awful shot. I don't know. Is it lagging on stream? I actually don't think it is, you know. Like, I'm checking the stream on another feed here. No, it's not lagging. It's just lagging a little bit for me. But that might be okay. I think we might be fine. But yeah, man, tell me if you guys think that, if you know, whatever questions you guys might have about anything related to football. It looks fine? All right, good. Happy to hear that, Andy. Boys and gals, we're about to take a shot, and it is awful. Not even close, man. Ross County's number 5 is trying to do it, and it's not working out for Ross County's number 5. I'll be real. Also, the fact that I'm number 5 as a striker is just atrocious, man. I don't... Like, especially because the other striker is number 10. I'm not sure if they tried to do something where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, he's number 10, you're number 5. You know, you guys are... Oh, my God, we might be through. We might be through! Oh, come on. All right. I gotta say, that's a decent start, you know. That's a decent start. Hold on, I actually want to check some. What style of play do we have? Counter-attack, long pass. I don't like counter-attack, long pass, man. I don't like this freaking Burnley-ass football, man. Give me something. Are we doing back kills from the jump? All right. I don't, like, for me, I'm more of a, like, I'm way more of a possession type guy. And I don't even know if that's just because of my Barca affinity. I think it's just that for me, I like to dominate oppositions on and off the ball. And that dude is offside. I don't even know who that dude is. I ain't got a chance. I genuinely ain't got a chance to figure out who any of these players are. But we do have 90% pass completion. I'd say that's, as a team, I'd say that's pretty decent. Although, I will say this. I don't think we've misplaced a single pass so far. So that's something we can be proud of. As a striker, that's pretty... What do you think about the new Champions League format? Honestly, at first, I did not like it. I was really opposed to it at first. I thought it was like one of those, what we've seen with some other tournaments as well. Like, for me, like the Super Copa being played in Saudi makes no sense at all. So for me, I thought it was like some sort of way, not necessarily a cash grab, but some sort of way to like change it up just to change it up and have an excuse for like to congest, you know, to add more more congested fixture lists. Essentially, is what I thought the goal was, like some sort of agenda behind it. But honestly, haven't seen it play out. I really do think it makes for way more interesting games. Also because usually it's like, oh, okay, you have the group and then it's just those teams in the group. And I think, you know, obviously the games get drawn and everything in the league, but it's more interesting. I think there's not necessarily like a bigger chance of smaller teams or bigger teams smaller teams getting drawn against bigger teams. I just think it really just is more interesting to watch. It really just is more interesting to watch for me. I think if UEFA can make sure that, and I don't even, like, we've seen multiple times that they just do not care. They just want that bag, and you can't really expect anything else from a conglomerate like UEFA, right? But if they can somehow make sure, bro, I just got absolutely clapped. If they can make sure that it doesn't mean that we get way more injuries to certain players that might already be injury prone. You could obviously say that, oh yeah, well then the coach shouldn't play them, but it's a real important tournament for a lot of clubs, you know. But honestly, I'm a really big fan of it, as long as it doesn't mean that we see more crucial players getting injured at like a crucial point of the season for whatever domestic tournaments they're playing in. I honestly really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. You know, I think the Barcelona Benfica games were a lot of fun. A lot of the other games between bigger and smaller teams I thought were fun. It really, really is. It adds something really different to the Champions League. I feel like this season it's been way more interesting than it has been in previous years. And I don't know. I really, really like it. Why did this number 25... Oh, my God. Why did number 25 not wait for me to make a run? Why? I'm not even... Like, look, here's the thing. Right? I'm not even trying to drop deep. I'm just doing it instinctively because I'm not getting the ball. But that's the challenge for me, man. Is I have to be the guy that gets in behind and gets the ball and tries to make something happen. Alright. Why would you give it back to me? Alright, there we go. That's a foul. Thank you, ref. Ross County! Keep the flag flying high, man. Keep the flag flying high. Alright. Who's that for? How? I just want to understand, like, what was his thought process? Who did he think that was going to... Oh, my God, that's a great ball. It's not really a great ball, is it? I was being nice. That's a terrible pass. In what world am I going to get to that exactly? What did you envision, Mr. Midfielder? I don't even know who that dude was. And honestly, come the end of this season, I probably won't know any of these names either. I'll be real. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. But I do my best to try and learn these names. And oh, that's good pressure. That's really good pressure. Yo, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, right? I might be the new Luis Suarez. That's a great ball. Oh my God. Hey, is that a penalty? Yes, yes, sir. It's a penalty. All right. That was awful by me, by the way. Like, I did not deserve a penalty. That pen. Yes, Andy. It's a pen. I've won my first penalty. Now let's see. Will I be the one to take it? I don't think so. No, it's Mr. Jordan White. Let's see what he can do with it. Come on, number 10. Do me proud. Come on. Oh, my God. You suck. That is the worst penalty he could have possibly... Like, that was awful. That was genuinely an awful, awful penalty. You wasted my amazing run and my good high pressure on a stupid penalty. Like, with your dumbass run-up. Why would you do that? Just make a normal run like a normal person and shoot it like a normal person. There's no need for all this... Neymar Samba Joga Bonito crap. Just get it done, man. You really want me to run down the left? Are you sure you want me to run down the left? Because I'm not trying to run down the left. I'm trying to conserve my stamina, man. I need to be at the top of my game when I get a chance in front of goal. And to be fair, we've really kept them quiet, Aberdeen. We've kept them real quiet. And that's something that I think we can be proud of. The only guy I actually know on their team is Ardai Dabar, who's a Palestinian striker. That's the only dude I actually know on that team. Yeah, only dude. Free Palestine, by the way, just in case y'all forgot. Yeah, okay, I can tell by the Tesoro del Mundo, La Grande, and all that stuff. Like the... Oh, he's coming on! Dabar is coming on. That's cool. But yeah, you can tell by the banners in the stands that it's a PES stadium, because otherwise it wouldn't have those banners. Those are the vanilla PES banners. So I will be downloading the stadiums, and I'm like 99% sure, if I recall correctly, because I did it earlier as well as a test to start a career mode and then put the stadiums in, and to my recollection it worked and it did reflect. So I do hope that's the case as well. So we can find Jordan White with a 1-2. No, we can't, because he's terrible. That's my strike partner. It's like a 4-4-2, right? It's a 4-4-2 that we're playing, isn't it? No, it is not even close. It's a 5-3-2. 5-3-2. We got Mr. Kieran coming on. What's his name? Kieran Phillips, number 11. All right, let's hope Kieran can do a little bit better, because I ain't gonna lie. Jordan White has been awful this game. He can't even get on the end of a 1-2, man. He can't even do the 1. And he got a penalty, and he absolutely fluffed it. Like, it wasn't even a good save by the keeper. It was just awful execution. Hit me. All right. Let's see if we can get something. Brother, I'm not a midfielder. Don't pass it back to me. All right, let's go. See me, see me, see me, see me? It's a decent ball. It's not a decent ball, is it? It's an awful pass. That's what that is. That's an awful, awful pass. I tried to get in the way of the goalkeeper clearance, and that didn't work either. But yeah, chat. Activate, man. I want to hear y'all talk. I want to see what y'all got to say, man. Let's tell me like who your favorite team to watch has been this season. Even if it is Barcelona, just tell me. I'm really curious, man, because you know, there's a lot of teams this season that have been doing a really, really good job, and people were not expecting them to even be in the running for any of that. So I'm really curious, man. And I know that a lot of the people who follow us on Bloganagram are Barcelona fans, but I also know that a decent chunk of you are not. So I'm really curious as to what your guys' favorite team is, how they're doing in the league, all that stuff, man. And that is a good save. I can't believe my debut for Ross County might be a 0-0. We've been all over these dudes, man. Like, not even a joke. Oh, that is an awful pass. We've genuinely been all over them. Like, they have not had a chance to breathe on the ball mostly. But we had Jordan White up front. And the dude that came on for him, which is Kieran Phillips, has not even seen the ball since he came on. And I'm going to just tell you right now, that's not my responsibility. I'm not a midfielder. Even though you might think I am based on how I'm moving right now. There we go. There's Kieran. Oh, that's not Kieran Phillips. That's a midfielder. You know what? It's cool. I'm going to take it. Oh, that's a terrible shot. 85 minutes. 85-minute winner. I'm calling now. I bet. Let's see. You know what? Just because you said that. Just because you said that. Here we go. Brother, send it, man. Oh, my God. Why did the first dude not send me the ball? Oh, God. They're playing with fire and they're getting away. We're letting them get away with it. We're letting them get. That is unacceptable. Those of you who do know Ross County, is there any player that like is like a star that I should be like looking out for or something, or like a player that's like genuinely just awful that I should be looking out for? Because I don't know a single player on this team. And given how they're playing, maybe that's for the better, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was an awful throw ball. All right, come on, right back. Come on, right back. Come on, hit me. Hit me. What is that? In what world do you expect me to get to that ball? Seriously. I'm pretty sure I've drained my stamina completely, by the way. See me? See me? Yes, thank you. Alright, cool. Let's try and spread it out a little bit. Calling it back. No, we're not. There we go. Yes! Yes! 81st minute! Let's go! Let's go. 81st minute, baby. We did it. That's it, man. That's it. 81st minute. Golazo. It's crazy too that I have to drop deep to help play make, man. I ain't gonna lie, but that was pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. And also, for those of you that know Pez, I'm playing on full manual. Manual shooting, manual aiming, manual passing. Full manual, not basic, not advanced, none of that. So if you see normal passes go super waywards, that is why. Also, interestingly enough, it's showing the substitutions now, which makes me worry as to whether Jordan White was actually on. I have 2 good goalkeepers, lol, that's it. On the team? On the whole team? The whole team? I've got 2 good goalkeepers? That is worrying, to say the least. Can we get a brace? Can we? Can we get a brace? I don't think so. 84th minute. 85th minute. All right, come on. Bro, I'm like 5'10" at most. Why would you be... Oh, my God. Why would you pass it there? Just let me make a run. Oh, my God, ref. Andy, is this how referees operate in the Cinch League? Is that how they, in the SPL, is that how they operate? Because I damn near just got killed. And I don't think that's in the spirit of football. I feel like that tackle was personal. All right, 90 minutes. I swear to God, if we concede in the last minute, I will be so upset because they've had nothing this whole game. It's way worse in real life. All right, that's good to know. No, boys, do not. Ref. Look at the time. Hold on. Look at the time. Right, 92:43. He put 1 minute of added time. Now we have a chance to counter. Guess what he's gonna do? 3, 2, 1. Yep. Yup. Thanks, ref. Appreciate that, man. Good job. Good job, ref. Appreciate you, dog. That is phenomenal officiating by you. That is really, really good officiating by you, ref. I'll be honest. So thank you for that. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's us. I don't even know who we're celebrating with. I don't know that dude. Did I already get a handshake with him? Did I already get like a special, like a... I don't even know him. SPL has VAR? Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. All right, we somehow managed to do 127 passes as a team that game. Let's look at our stats because I thought we did pretty well. 6 shots, 3 on target. We got 1 goal. 20 passes, 16 successful. That's pretty decent. I'm gonna tell you all this, right? If Jordan White takes another penalty, I swear to God, I will scrap with the manager outside the parking lot. You'll take any ref in any of our team over any Scottish one? They're that bad? That's interesting. All right, international squad. Have we been picked for the national team? I don't think so. I don't think so. We have not been picked by the national team. I was not hopeful, agent. I don't even know why you'd think I was. I have no chance. They got a lot of numbers available, you know. I'm gonna go. What number should we go for? What number should we go for, chat? Let me know. I'm thinking 17 could be a good striker's number, but we got like a CDM playing 42 and a center back playing 35, so 17. We got 1 vote for 17. We're doing 17. And obviously, given that there's no one else with that number, we're probably gonna get it. I just think it's kind of ridiculous to have a striker wearing number 5. I know it's been seen before, but we're gonna be wearing number 17. I bet. I've not been picked. Are you stupid? I just won you that game. Bro, I'm about. The worst part is, I know for a fact he's starting Jordan White. We somehow got a 2-0 win. I don't know how we did that, but this is unacceptable. Yeah, that's unacceptable, man. Okay, guesses in chat. Who won Europe's best player? I'm gonna say Holland. Mbappe. Okay. It is a new low, isn't it, Andy? It is a new low. We want to thank everyone. Good for you, homie. Not proud of you, but happy for you. We're playing against Dundee FC. All right, and we're starting against Dundee FC. All right, you know what? Out of not curiosity, I just want to do a different celebration. That's the one I was trying to get before. And there is one here that I think is pretty cool. I think it's 152. No, it's not. That one. That one. Yeah. That's ice cold, baby. All right. So for some reason, there's a little bit of a glitch in this game where if you go to the appearance menu at all, like even if you don't change nothing, I'll show you. If we do next match and we click on stadium, it's gonna say general stadium. Huh? Did it get patched? Probably. I just don't know if I trust it. Default CPK stadium. See? That's not good, man. You don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna go back into the career mode, and it really is that simple. Chat, let me know if you guys are enjoying this, because I see a lot of you are tuning in, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of words being thrown around in chat. So let me know, man. And hopefully when we get more involvement from you guys, I will actually have the chat overlay here on stream. So we're starting next to Alex Samuel, who is 29 years of age. 29 years of age. And you're playing for Ross County. 25, 29 again, 29 again, 29. What? Okay. 28, 29, 26, 24. So this is our goalkeeper. Is he any good? Chat, is he any good? I don't know this guy. I've never heard of him in my life. Same thing with this dude. They're pretty low rated, but then we got these two also. Jordan White is on the bench, unfortunately. Did he not just have the number 10? Who took the number 10 from him? This dude took the number 10. Is he a new signer? Did we just sign a new player? Noah Chilvers? No, we did not. But I guess they changed up the numbers because I could have sworn he had number 10. I could have sworn Jordan White had number 10. I'm not complaining. He doesn't even deserve to be on the pitch. But I'm just saying, man. But yeah, so to shift the focus a little bit to football while this loads up, the Nations League has been something. And the games are going to be Germany, Portugal, and Spain, France in June? That it? Is that it? Yeah. Nations League finals. 4th to 8th of June. Interesting. So, no Nations League until then. Scottish League has one of the lowest percentage of young players getting minutes in the league. That's crazy. Why? Where do you think Barca should strengthen in the summer? Striker position. 110%. Striker position. Get some fullbacks to cover for Koundé and Balde whenever they get injured or just get tired. Because Hector Fort, I think, is doing a good job, but he's also very young. I really feel like Barca should go for someone like Andre Racio from Rayo. I think he's been phenomenal this season. I would have liked Ivan Fresneda about a year ago, but he moved on from where he was at the time, and I don't think he'll move on like a year later. Balieu, I think, is an interesting bet as well. But yeah, definitely fullback positions in a striker. And I've mentioned it before, my dream signing as a striker is Alexander Isak, but given Barcelona's financial situation, I honestly don't see it happening. And also given the fact that he's enjoying life a lot with Newcastle right now, I'd imagine. You know, they ended their 70-year trophy drought through him. And, you know, he's very much a cult hero. He's going to really, really become an important player in the history of that club. So I don't even know if he'll leave. I think the stream just lagged out, but we should be back now. Let's see if we can get this ball. We can. All right, what can we do with it? Come on. Oh, no pen? Ref, I got fouled, ref. I don't like these referees at all, bro. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of the Scottish League's officiating so far. It has been downright horrendous. And I watch La Liga on a weekly basis, by the way, so that should tell you something. Oh, that is awful. I saw that dude. I saw our captain in the gap there, man. But yeah, chat, we're back. I'm not sure what happened, but we somehow got cut off. I'm blaming the SPL, by the way, for that cutout. So that should tell you everything you need to know. I'm blaming our coach. That's who I'm blaming. Don Cowie. I'm blaming him. But yeah, man, for me, fullback positions, striker position, that's where I think Barca should strengthen. I think their midfield is strong enough as it is. I think the defense, the center back pairing, I think is strong enough as it is. I would really like to see like a goalkeeper for the future, like not a raw talent, but someone who's like proven to a certain extent. Because Ter Stegen, I don't even like. Realistically, dude's coming off of a 1-year injury pretty much, and he's also not the youngest goalkeeper in the world. Like he is growing with age, so at some point they do need to think about replacing him. We've spoken about that on the Driven Shot podcast. You can tune into that. That's a weekly podcast we're doing. Organogram and Mundo Deportivo, so you can tune in to that. It is on Spotify, YouTube, on Mundo Deportivo channel. It's on Spotify and all that. Just search for the Driven Shot and sort through podcasts. It's also on my Twitter and on Organogram's Twitter. So do check that out if you want. It's I mean, I'm a bit biased saying this, but I think it's an interesting podcast. We talk a lot about, you know, Barcelona. What do they need to do? What do they not to, what are they doing wrong? What should they plan for? And obviously, with time, we do hope to include you guys in that conversation as well. So tune into that. Check it out. There's only 12 teams in the league, and as 2 of the teams just won't get relegated, it means you have a high chance of relegation. Oh, and I'm guessing the 2 teams are Celtic and Rangers, right? Is there not a third top team in Scotland? Is it just those 2? Oh, that's a decent ball. We got to it. Number 17. Oh my God, number 17 is not cooking. The oven is off. Make a run down the right, bro. How am I supposed to find you if you're running it? He's running inside. This dude is. You're supposed to be the right winger, right? Why are you running in the middle? Hit me, hit me. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. That was not a bad chance, you know. I honestly thought that was pretty decent. I'll be honest. I thought that was pretty good. Ross County might have a star. If only that shot would have bent outwards. That actually might have been a goal. But it did not. And you don't win trophies with almost. Almost does not win you trophies. It wins you heartbreak. Lesson of the day, folks. But yeah, man. I think a lot of leagues are really do have an interesting setup. Like, if you think about the U.S. have just recently said that, oh, you know, you can get promotion from the USL now. I was speaking to a football player at USL at the USL a couple of years back. He was playing for Energy FC, and they had recently gotten promoted to the USL, I believe. And I asked him, I was like, so if you guys play well enough, you get to the MLS. He's like, no, you have to pay to get promoted. It's not based on merit at all. It's about, do you have enough money? Yes. Welcome to the MLS. That's how it works. And that's why teams like Miami can just come out of nowhere and just get into the MLS. It's not based on merit. Like, sure, you don't want to see people like Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba. Like, you don't want to see those players not in the MLS. But it's because they have all that money. They can be in the MLS. That's why you see a lot of poor teams in the MLS. And, you know, if you do, like, I watch some USL clips on occasion when they do pop up. And, you know, I've seen some players there that are better than some other players in the MLS. You know, people largely talk about how the defense of MLS is like FIFA on amateur mode, and I largely do agree. Goalkeeping is horrendous in that league as well. But the good players, unless they get bought by the bigger teams, have no chance at all of being in the MLS. Like, that's it. It's not based on merit, which I think is really interesting. So they've recently announced, to my knowledge at least, that the MLS will have like a relegation to the USL. So it will be more of like, you know, it'll be more of like a relegation promotion system. It will be more based on merit who is in the MLS, which means technically teams like Miami, Galaxy, Red Bulls, NYCFC, LAFC, they could get relegated if they don't do well enough. You know, same thing with like Seattle Sounders and all these other teams that used to have glory days, not so much anymore. They've stuck around the MLS because they've got the money to stick around in the MLS. You know, they've never had to fear relegation, at least not in the newer systems, but now they do, and I think that's pretty cool. Well, there's the two Edinburgh clubs, and Aberdeen tend to fight for third. Who fights with Aberdeen? I'm just trying to learn more about the SPFL because I'm now realizing that I don't know much about that league. Which other clubs is there fighting for the top three? Oh, I did not touch him, ref. Who's he giving the... I'm guessing the captain. No. Number 11. Kieran Phillips. And I also realize now, I cut the replay off. Very propagandist of me, but I cut it off because I didn't want y'all seeing me kicking in his head after that foul. Because, you know, it wasn't called for that. It was called for my teammate, you know. He did the wrong thing, not me. I think it's very telling about this team also that we're able to hold our own against these teams. Like, Dundee FC is not a great team. It's not a really, like, it's not a good team. To my understanding, I don't think they're one of the better teams in the league. They might be one of the better teams in the league. They're definitely not one of the best. And I given how Ross County is playing, I would like to imagine that we're one of those teams that are lucky to not get relegated from the SPFL. That's what it seems like to me. You know, and we're somehow holding our own. We just beat Aberdeen. I don't even know how we did that, but we did. But it's also really boring football. that this team plays. Like, we have to just watch the other team have possession for like 56 minutes. And then we get the ball once, and it's a quick counterattack. And I'm not even that quick. I'm not even that pacey of a striker. We almost conceded. Dundee United, who just got promoted this year, are fighting for third. I thought Dundee United were in the SPL already. Huh. Interesting. But that says a lot about the league, doesn't it? That a team that just about gets promoted, or I don't know, like maybe they were doing really well last season, but they just got promoted to the league, and they're already fighting for third. That's pretty crazy, man. You don't see that in a lot of other leagues. It's a decent ball. But there's a big problem. I don't have anyone making a run. Oh, I do, actually. Can I find him? Oh! Yo, that was a decent cross. I'm proud of that. That was a decent cross, you know. Let's watch that again. That was pretty good. Oh my gosh, that was a very good cross. It's not my fault he doesn't know how to finish. Like, that's the thing as well. Like, if we had a team, if I had support behind me, if I could get service, I wouldn't have to drop deep. But I don't want to use that as an excuse. I told myself when I started this, I told y'all when I started this, I'm not gonna drop deep. So I'm gonna go against my instincts, and I'm gonna just stay up here and wait to get the ball. And if I don't get the ball for more than like 3 times a match, then so be it. But the problem is they keep trying to find me from the goalkeeper spot, and they keep aiming for like the halfway line, which means I'm having to drop deep. But I'm gonna just not be there when they go for that. Hit me, brother, please. Nah, man, this team sucks. You know, this is gonna sound crazy. I can't wait for January already. I just want the transfer window to open, man. Unless it's, I know there are certain leagues that start in the winter. I can't remember if the SPFL is one of them. I know Scandinavian leagues largely start in the winter. I know the MLS, the Liga do Brasil, but I honestly don't know if the SPL starts in the winter or not. I should probably check that. I don't think so. At least not in this game though. No, it was August, yeah. So we have to wait for January, which might be fine. Andy, I need you to tell me. You're my Scottish guru now, and if you keep tuning in, I'm gonna make you a mod. I hope you know that. For the league, starts around the same time as the EPL. All right, cool. And yo, this goalkeeper actually might be pretty decent, yo. I ain't gonna lie. The closest football grounds to each other in the world are Dundee FC and Dundee United. Really, that close? You might have to check that after. I believe you, but I actually want to see it. So after this game, we're gonna do a little Googling session and see how close they are to each other, because that is interesting. 0.1 miles? They might as well be the same stadium. Hold on. In that case, could it not be argued that Inter and how are you offside? How? Nah. No. I'm not having that. 0.1 miles is crazy, bro. Do you understand how crazy that is? Could it not be argued though that Inter and AC Milan stadiums are closer to each other, given that it's the same stadium but has 2 different names depending on who the home team is? Which I still think is crazy. Like for 2 clubs to say, "Oh yeah, we're like the biggest rivals. We're like, you know, fighting for the same titles. We're doing this, doing that, right?" But then we share the same stadium. I don't know. It's a little bit weird to me. I beg you, score. Hold the hell up. Hold on. What? All right, look. That was good by me, I think. I think I did pretty well at it. I ain't gonna lie. All right. And I watched him, and I pass it to him, and look what he does. This is my other striker, ladies and gents. Look at it. I could not have given him a clearer chance to score. I'm going to save this replay. That is ridiculous. Hold up. Actually, nah. He doesn't deserve it. Bro, all you had to do was wait. What is that? This is the team I'm playing with, yo. That's ridiculous, man. I just gave this dude a chance to score. The winner in the 87th minute. Yo, are we going to be the Bayer Leverkusen of the SPL? We could if we had people who knew how to finish. Well, the only guy who knows how to finish is me. And I'm not getting the ball. Maybe I am. No! You suck, number 11. You are terrible. I really thought the manager did something by not playing Jordan White, but at least Jordan White was fine to me, man. I was not familiar with your game, Jordan White. I do apologize. This is awful, yo. This is genuinely awful. Hold on. Maybe a chance. Maybe a chance. No! No. Oh, hit me. Yeah, let's try. I went the other way. I went the wrong way. That was awful. But I'm going to tell you this, right? They gave me no service that whole game. They gave me like a half a chance. And that's not okay. We had 2 shots that whole game. Do you understand? With 2 strikers. Kieran Phillips had 1 shot. That's crazy, man. Do you understand how crazy it is that I had more passes than anyone in our midfield? In our 3-man midfield, I had more passes than any of them. That is crazy, man. Told you your goalkeeper is good. You're right, Andy. He is very good. You know what? Let us look at the Dundee situation. Let me do that real quick. See? Tannadice Park. Alright. So, let's hop over here. If my OBS will let me. Excuse me. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so that's how the chat overlay is going to look. If you guys keep chatting, that's how it's going to look. In any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. And for some reason, I think it got rid of... That's weird. Oh, yeah, I know why. Never mind. There we go. Alright, so that is Tannadice Park. And if we go to... It's interesting that it doesn't show Google Maps. But let's just go here. Alright. There's Dundee United Football Club. Dundee North End Football Club, which is that Dundee FC? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. So let's do, what was it called? Dens Park? Yeah, Dens Park, right? What? No way, dude. Really? Hold up. Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. That is crazy, man. So that's Dundee United and that's Dundee FC. Damn, okay. Alright, man. That's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That is pretty cool. Alright. Back to the game, yo. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So yeah, obviously we didn't do too well that game. But neither did anyone from the team. So I'm not taking that on my shoulder. Yeah, see, we can't even move. Even if we wanted to. It's not possible. Got a great relationship with the boss. You're not even... Is that not one of our goalkeepers? I don't know. Good for him, though. Good for him. Happy for you. Not happy for us, though. Next game is against St. Johnston FC. All right, we're getting all the easy games out of the way, but we're not cooking. The oven is off. We haven't paid the electricity bill. We fired the cook. Ain't nobody cooking in this team. Only thing they're cooking is a cup of noodles. All right, so our number 10 is starting. This dude is starting. No number 23 though, and honestly, that's probably for the better because he was awful. And that's it. You know, I will say with a 5-man defense, unsurprisingly, we're playing very defensive and we're doing pretty well, but we're not doing anything else. Nothing else. We're not scoring goals. We're not setting up plays. We're not doing nothing. It's been dreadful to watch, and I have no interest in watching it. St. Johnstone have the same major trophies as Rangers in the last 10 years. Really? So would they be considered a big team then? I guess so. So this is a big game, y'all. This is a big game. This is a must-win game. They tend to do well in cup games. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see if we can get something done. That's a decent block. And our midfielder, number 10, lost it. No, they're not a big team. Okay. All right. They're not a big team, but they're one of those, like, the teams that cause upsets in cups, I guess. That makes sense. Interesting. Can our defense, like, wake up? That'd be great. I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to be this far back. Like, I'm trying to be a poacher on this team, man. Hit me. Oh, please. Yes. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. It's over. I got no chance against that number 2. Did you see the height on that dude, man? I ain't got a chance. And it's not that I'm a short player. I'm average height, I'd say. I'd say 5'10" is an average height. That's 180 centimeters for you lovely Europeans. You know, and ref, please. And yeah, man, it's this team is not it. I'll be honest. I do like the fact that we went to the SPL though, because it's not a league that I would have picked otherwise, and it's not a league that I ever like thought about picking in career modes. I always thought like if it was, I would go to Celtic because I do like them more than Rangers, but like that's it. It's not like I wouldn't start a player career mode here, but it's all your fault, Andy. I hope you're happy. So, I want to talk about something as well on this stream, and I actually just might show it. That might be easier as we concede a goal. It's a very good goal. So, obviously, Turkey and Hungary played, I believe, yesterday. And Turkey just about won, I believe. And what happened was that some Turkish page posted about how Arda Güler was shushing Szoboszlai. And then Szoboszlai, in a comment, replied with 1,088 minutes, which is the amount of minutes that Güler has had this season for Real Madrid. And then Güler responded as well again. And I'm going to be honest. I really dig that. Like, straight up. I really like that kind of stuff. I think, you know, it's the same thing with Van der Vaart and Lamine Yamal celebration yesterday. Like, I really do like when players have that personality, man. I don't want these PR media-trained merchants that just are, like, super humble and, oh, we don't really talk and, oh, you know, it's, you know, football, like... They scored like 5 goals in a game. They were like, yeah, you know, but they were a tough opponent. Nah, just say you cooked them. Just say, you know what, man, they were not a match for me. That's how good of a player I am. I think today I proved I was like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, when, yeah, bring back personal beefs. Yeah. Like, do you remember, chat, do you remember the whole thing with Phil Foden and Kylian Mbappe? I think it was before like a Champions League game between City and PSG where Phil Foden's like Twitter account basically had a post like dissing Kylian Mbappe or something, or like tagging him, and then the media team supposedly deleted that tweet and then made a different tweet or something to not like disrespect him or whatever. I think that's ridiculous. That takes the life out of football, man. Football is not supposed to be PG-13. It's a contact sport. It's a physical sport. These people, these players give their life to football, man. Let them express themselves. I don't want to hear none of this bullshit about like, oh yeah, you know, this player, he needs to be more humble. He needs to be. That's why people love like N'Golo Kante or whatever. No, people like N'Golo Kante because he's super quiet, and you know maybe there's a little bit of racial profiling to that. You know, for me, I just think it's ridiculous to say like, oh yeah, you know, these players are like, oh, I love this player because he's like so, like for me, like with Messi, right? I've always said it. I think it's cool that he's a humble guy for how much he's achieved. I think it's admirable to not get into the arrogant like mind space, right? I think that's different. Like when Cristiano says, "Oh yeah, I think I'm the best player in the world," and he's very clearly past it. I would much rather hear him say, like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm past it. I'm not there anymore. I honestly think I was the best player in the world." Like when he would, like, if he would say during like the 2013-14 thing, like, "I'm the best player in the world," without it being like, "I lost the Ballon d'Or because it was rigged. People have their own opinions. These journalists don't know who they're voting for." Like all that crap, right? Spare me that. But if he says like, "Yeah, I think I am the best player in the world," or "Yeah, I think I am better than like Kylian Mbappe or whatever," and he clearly has something to like prove that, like, you know what I mean? I dig that. Do that. Show us your personality. My problem is when players just talk smack just to talk smack, and it's not even like when players say, "Oh yeah, I think Cristiano said it at one point, was like, "Oh, I'm the best player in the world," like, I don't think, like, I honestly think I'm the best player in the world. I'm better than Messi, better than this, better than that, right? It's like, you're not. Like, you're objectively not. But it's not even like a beef, because he knows Messi isn't going to respond, right? To me, that's just being cocky for the sake of it. But if you say, "Yeah, oh man, look," like the thing with Rabiot, right? The thing with Rabiot and Lamine Yamal in the Euros, where Rabiot's like, "Oh yeah, Lamine still has a long way to go," right? I disagreed with the opinion, but I really, really messed with the fact that he said it. I really, really like the fact that Rabiot was like, "You know what? I'm gonna just go for Lamine Yamal." Why? Because it's football. Because it's competitive. It's not supposed to be this soft sport where people can't voice their opinions without being like, "Oh yeah, you're too robotic, blah blah blah." Like, just say what you want to say, man. Just speak your mind. I don't want none of this. Like, coddling. It's not a coddling sport, man. Messi's been fiery the last few years. Yeah, he did. He has. And I really, really like that. Like, honestly, it's so refreshing because he's been so much the opposite, right? Argentina v Netherlands, when they can't back it up. Yeah. Golazo! And it's not me. It is Kieran Phillips. The ginger striker, baby. But that was all me, though. Let's be real. He didn't do nothing other than put that in the back of the net. He's playing full tap-in game. But I'll be honest with you. I honestly, straight up, forgot that we were losing. So, I'm happy that we just scored the equalizer. I actually thought we scored the opener, but not the case. Not the case. All right, let's see if we can build let's see if we can actually do a comeback here. A Scottish remontada. Can we do it? Damn, I got... Hold on, was that... Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm stopping in the middle of the thing. Is that dude's name Bozo? His name is Bozo! That's hilarious, bro. Got a center back named Bozo? That's crazy. Fun fact, they got a draw against St. Johnston. Played against Galatasaray in the Europa League third round qualifier. Drew 1-1 away from home, then lost 4-2 at home in the tie. That is very impressive, man. Gala are not an easy team to beat. They're not an easy team to beat, especially away from home. Like, even to get a draw there is ridiculous for a team like St. Johnston. That is impressive. And especially when your center back is named Bozo. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The Scottish League is just a big meme. Sounds like it, man. Sounds like it. And you know what? I dig it. Oh, that's a great ball by the right back. Can I actually score this? No! I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I just got sunned by their center back. Unbelievable. I actually hate myself right now. I should have scored that. I got way too excited. I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna score this. I'm gonna, bang this top left corner, and I just should have done better, man. Should have done better. But then again, so should half of our midfield. They're not even there. Did you see that pass? He's gonna get... Oh! All right. Who's that for? That better not be for me. That's for me? All right. And I did not want that. Look, I know it sounds like I'm just coming up with excuses for why I'm not doing well this game, but I did not want that pass. I did not ask for it. You know, the Pedri's getting rotated more? Absolutely, man. That dude was playing every body part off. Like, it was really getting ridiculous. So yes, absolutely I am. I think we're like, Barcelona and just big clubs in general should really be more careful when it comes to these players that wind up being crucial, whether they're young or not. Like, you need to take care of those players' fitness, their health, like mental health. It's also super draining to play that many games in a row, especially because Pedri has taken like really taken on a huge role at Barcelona in terms of the creativity, in terms of the controlling of the tempo, even scoring goals to an extent, right? Like, he's taken on a huge role. For a player in his age, that's crazy. And for a player that, you know, played as many games this season he did, I thought was absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, he's proven. To me, he is, at this current point in time, I don't think you could name me a more consistently complete midfielder. I'm not talking about one game where, like, a run of 10 games where they control the tempo and maybe score a goal. And no, I'm talking about, like, consistently playing the way he does. I don't, genuinely, no bias, I don't think you could name me a single midfielder that's better than Pedri right now in any league around the world. Maybe the SPL, but not outside the SPL. Okay, we're getting some changes. None for us, though. I don't think we've made a single substitution yet. But honestly, why would you? We got a midfield with no legs, no eyes. We got a ginger striker who just scored a pretty decent goal, and then that pass is made by our midfielder. Again, awful. But I guess that's what we got, man. You got to play with what you got. But yeah, no, I mean, I think Pedri getting rotated is super crucial. And I think it's the same thing for a lot of other players. Like, for me, I would like to see Lamine Yamal rotated more than he is getting, because there was a point where people were saying, like, oh, you know, he's getting too selfish. He's like, he doesn't look as fired up. I don't think it's that he's not as fired up. This dude is like 18 years old and he's still like getting into football in general, you know? But you tire out, man. He's playing every single game for 90 minutes. High intensity Hansi Flick's system is not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted, right? So it's very normal that he goes through a couple of games where he just doesn't look as sharp, or doesn't look as maybe it looks a little bit lackluster. Dude is tired, yo. That's normal. So yes, I do like that, and I think more players should get rotated. I think Lewandowski should get rotated. I think he should slowly be phased out the team, because he just is growing older, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I would like to see a legend like him ended on a good note, you know? Because the thing with Luis Suarez was that people started resenting him and saying, like, oh yeah, you know, he's holding Barca down. But dude was a Barcelona legend and a La Liga legend too, you know? So I really do hope that players like Leva, Lamine, Rafinha, I hope they get rotated more, man. Not for a game, but like generally speaking, like if you're winning, take them out in the 60th minute. Barca have had a rather easy time winning games recently, you know, so just take them out, give them a breather, make room for Pablo Torre, make room for your Fermin Lopez, make room for some of these other players that don't really get a run in, you know. I would like to see Unai Hernandez in the first team dynamics, like actually playing on the pitch, but we're not seeing that because we're not seeing enough rotations. Like, sure, Hansi is making the subs he needs to make and they're working out, but it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, what a block. Hit me. Oh my gosh, you suck. I don't care if you scored the equalizer. How much money do you think you'll get for winning the SPL? I don't know. Like, me as a player in this, I don't know. I imagine it's not a very, like, rich league. Especially the smaller clubs, I imagine, are not very rich. Because, like, my impression of the Scottish League is that compared to, like, the Premier League and La Liga, maybe even Liga Portugal, it's way more of a local league. Like, you won't see many people not from Scotland watching Scottish football, or traveling across the country, or traveling to the country to watch a SPL game. Like, very rarely will you see that with the SPL. So it's a very local league is my impression. So I imagine not a whole lot, maybe like I don't know, 500,000 pounds. All right, we drew 1-1, and our their goalkeeper got a 10. Holy! How many saves? 11 touches, 4 saves, and he got man of the match. Do you understand how disrespectful that is to everyone else on the pitch? Do you understand? Is your head understanding how disrespectful that is? Look, I don't mean to alarm y'all, but we're fighting for top 3. I don't know how. I'd be really impressed if we managed to like be in the top 3 come wintertime, by just drawing a lot of games. But we're starting again. And I'm guessing it's next to Jordan White, and it is not. It's next to the guy who's wearing the number 9 shirt, I think. Is it? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. We're playing against Celtic. We're playing against Celtic, boys. This is going to be the last game of this stream, by the way. But we're playing against Celtic, so let's make this count. Let's make this one count. Let's get a W. Let's get a big dub. And hopefully, you know, end this on a high note, man. I would love a goal, to be honest. I think that would be really cool if we could get a goal. So let's see. But yeah, chat, like I said, this is the last game that we're going to play. So let me know if you have any questions, man. Like I said, we'll be doing these at least weekly. So I'm given how my schedule is right now, I do think I'll be live again at some point this week. But I really want you guys to tell me how you think. Like, do you guys think this is fun to watch? Or would you rather watch a manager career mode? Or would you rather not watch any gaming content at all? Like, I'm not sure what you guys enjoy and don't enjoy, because I'm not getting a whole lot of feedback on it. So do let me know, man. Do let me know. I honestly think it's fun because it gives us something to do while also talking about other stuff, you know. It's something in the background. It's not just me yapping for 63 minutes or whatever. How long has this stream been going on for? 1 hour, 19 minutes. All right. That's pretty cool. I think it's been fun, yo. I honestly do. Come on. Why is our midfielder not pushing for that? You got to push for that, man. You can't just watch it. You can't just watch it there. We're going to concede. We're going to concede. I'm calling it. They're scoring. At some point in this game, they're going to score. There's no way we come out of this with a clean sheet. Like, it's literally not physically possible for us to do that. And that's just the truth, yo. Again, why are you aiming for me there? I ain't got the height for that. Aim for somebody else, man. You got so many other players on this pitch. Why would you aim for me? Alright, I guess I'll be playing CDM. I just tried to get it out of there, I'll be honest. I was low-key aiming for the other striker, but he made a run to the right. I don't know why he'd do that, because I was opening my space up to the left, and that's the goal. It's not a bad effort, man. It's a good effort. That is a good effort. Yeah, man. But yeah, chat, let me know if you guys enjoy this, because I see a lot of you are tuning in. I'm not seeing a whole lot of people talking in chat, so I can only guess about what you guys are thinking, you know? And I don't like guesswork. Send me. It's a good ball. Can we beat this defender? Probably not. Let's try and go back, and that's a corner. I'll take that. That's our corner, ref. All right. 17 minutes in. That is an awful corner. Oh my God, we actually got to that? That's crazy. I didn't think I'd get to that. I honestly didn't think I'd get to that. But that corner was better than I gave him credit for, to be fair. But yeah, honestly, like, again, I'm still trying to figure out this whole streaming thing and figure out what works, what doesn't, like what times work for you guys as well. And I think eventually we will find a balance that sort of works for everybody. But until then, I'm going to just be experimenting on here. And if you see something that you don't really enjoy or think is boring or corny or whatever, just let me know and we'll figure something out. You know, because at the end of the day, the point of these streams is to connect with you guys and give you something that you want to watch and spend time on with us, and sort of really, I made an awful run there, and sort of really you know, voice your opinion and have fun, you know, and then feel like you're a part of something. That's the whole goal with everything that we're doing when it comes to audiovisual content, is to involve you guys. So that's just it, man. It really is that simple. I don't really see a reason to overcomplicate it. And that's just it. So can we beat Arden Angles? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. I think so. I think we got a good chance here, yo. We got a good chance here. I'm gonna pass it off. How? Are you serious? Man. Yo, man, I need a replay back on that. That's crazy. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. All right? You can't see it on this, but I made a really good pass. Look at how much of the goal he has to aim for. Look at that. And he aims here. And then it lands to the other guy. Right? He's got a good, decent chance. He could also pass it off. He decides, let me shoot into the defender's leg. And then I have to fight to get it back, and I do a volleyball shot, and it's terrible. This team is really holding me down, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I know I just started my professional career, but this team is holding me down, man. I'm not here for it. I'll be honest. Also, I really wanted to do this for this stream. Matter of fact, I might do this just for the rest of the stream. If I can. I wanna stream this on. I got a TikTok account as well. I'm gonna link it in here as well. I would like to stream on there as well, because I recently got the all clear to stream on TikTok. So I think that could be real interesting to also stream there and see what works, man. Because maybe this is more TikTok content than it is Twitch content, you know. So I'm gonna try that and see how it works out. If I can. All right, it opened up the TikTok page, and bada bing, bada boom. Yep. And I believe that's it. I'm guessing it's because I'm already live. Okay. All right. I guess we can't stream on TikTok for now. Not this time, anyway. It's all good. I'll figure it out. I think that could be interesting. I really think that could be interesting to stream on TikTok as well. Oh my God. No way. I just got the clearest one-on-one in the entire world. No way. No way. Don't even JK that. That was a terrible shot, man. That wasn't even close. And there's no reason for me to miss it like that. That was awful. But let me tell y'all something, right? For those of you who's played FIFA, right? I play FIFA competitively since, like, I want to say FIFA 22 or something. Yeah, probably. Look, again, man, these strikers, these midfielders are really not doing me any favors. I called for it the first time, and he didn't pass it. Passed it sideways, and then that dude passed it to me. It's a good ball. Can we get a head on? Yes, we can. And he's offside. How? Why would you be on that side? You see the ball is coming to me. Why would you be on that side of the defender? Freaking awful, man. Zero football IQ on this team. This team combined has like football IQ and like a second digit football IQ, I swear to God. Look. Look. He messed it up. Can't believe I'm having a Carlos Tevez this entire team. That's crazy, man. But yeah, what I was saying was, for those of you who's played FIFA, one thing I do like about this game, like, because for me with FIFA, one of my main issues was that you try to do something, and the game would be like, nah, not today, and then it just wouldn't do it. Like you'd try to do a pass, and it just wouldn't do the pass, right? Or it would do the pass to like a different direction, or whatever, right? I'm also realizing, is my audio doubling up? Because I'm not sure. That's supposed... I got something that's supposed to be. Has my audio been doubling this whole time? Please tell me it hasn't. I don't know. I'm real confused right now. I hope not. Let me know if it has, man. I'll sound fine. So you can hear the game audio too, I'm guessing? Like the whistle and the fans and all that. I've made it a little bit quieter than me because I want y'all to be able to hear me too. But let me know, man. But yeah, what I was saying was on FIFA, it would have this input delay and it would have this whole thing of like you make a pass one way and then the game decides that it's not going to happen. Or like you shoot one way and it shoots in the middle, right? Even if you do like manual, it would still do that. On this game, if you do manual shooting, it is manual. Super, like, manual. Like, if you miss a shot, that's on you. If you miss a pass, that's on you. That's been my experience with it, at least. And I really, really like that, man. I honestly think that makes it so much more enjoyable. And to me, at this point, this game is the most complete football game there is. Like, if you want to play something that feels like actual football, even down to the mechanics of how the ball moves, how the players move. They do move in a bit of a funny way, the players, sometimes, but it is a game from 2021 that's been modded to fit 2025, and I honestly still think, like, in terms of the ball mechanics and everything, and like the grass texture and all the the low details of the game, it just feels so much more like real football. Like, for those of you who played real football, I feel like you'll be able to resonate with this as well. Oh, that's a good move. He blocked me! Oh my god. I keep getting so close to scoring. I'm kind of proud of me though. I think I've had a good performance this game though. Like against Celtic, you know, especially with the team we're playing with, I think I had a good performance. And I know I could have finessed that, but what I've noticed with this game is if you finesse it, it obviously doesn't get the same power as if you shoot the ball, which on FIFA, at least for me, has not been the case. I feel like you can get ridiculous power on a finesse on FIFA. Shoot! But on here, you really have to like plan it out. Now, that's the thing. This is not as arcadey a game. Like, it's not a pick it up and play it game like FIFA is. And I really like that, man. I really like that. Like, it really does take a lot of skill, or like at least a lot of attempts to get certain stuff right. And you really do depend on your overall. Like, you know, I've seen, like, that's the thing too for me, is that on player career mode or like manager career mode, if you could get like a 766 rated player on your team and he would outperform like vanilla Jude Bellingham or something. Whereas on this game, a 60 rated player feels 60 rated. Like, he's not gonna outrun an 85 rated defender unless he genuinely has more pace than him. For the most part, at least, I feel like that's the case with this game. That it feels way more real, man. But that being said, the lock-on system sometimes is a little bit janky. But that, for example, that was a poor pass. On FIFA, that pass might have actually made it. I like how my guy dived. He was like, "Oh, maybe I can get a little something, a little foul or something." No, you just suck. You just suck. That's it. It's that simple. You should have done better. Let's see. Maybe they'll get a goal here. No, good goalkeeping. Gotta say, man, our goalkeeper he's really earned his wages. He's really done a great job. I gotta say, man, if we actually do manage to get a 0-0 against Celtic, I'll be very happy. Though, that having been said, I should have definitely scored, and now we're taking off. And you know what? Maybe that's fair. So we'll just see the rest of this game out. Yeah. We'll see the rest of this game out, and then we'll end stream. And, like I said, the reason that we do these streams is to interact with you guys, and interacting with you guys is not easy when you're not interacting with me. So, if you would like, please feel free to interact. And if you would like for me to play other games, you know, like if you think, oh, let's Play some like GTA Online or whatever. I don't know. We could do that too. If you don't want to see this gameplay, if you want to see other gameplay, if you want to see something that's not even gameplay, just let me know. We'll figure something out. Like, this is your space just as much as it is mine. And you know, hopefully we'll reach a point where this is like a hub. That's the goal. Is like, this is a hub for you guys to really do anything and everything related to Barca in English, right? We could switch it up. We could do other languages, and we just conceded a last minute winner to Celtic. Why am I not surprised, man? But I'll be honest, they did not. And by the way, I know what you're thinking. Why is everything sped up? That's only because it was sped up when the gameplay was going on, and it doesn't unspeed it. Like, look, rip, honestly, look, we just got cooked on the right for no reason at all, and then that striker just runs right through two defenders as if they're not even there. That's terrible defending. But it's a decent cross, to be fair. It's a decent cross. I don't think we deserve to lose, but equally, I don't think they deserve to lose either. I think a draw would have been fair, because I think we missed a lot of our chances. But I'm just saying, like, I honestly think if I didn't get taken off, I feel like we wouldn't have lost that game, I don't think, if I didn't get taken off, because I was putting in a shift. In any case, I think that concludes this stream. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. And again, feel free to voice your opinions in the chat. And let's do something together, man. Like, let's have fun, you know? Andy, thank you for tuning in. Z-Cools, thank you for tuning in. Everyone else, all the 300 and something of you on Twitter, those of you on YouTube and Twitch, thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, like I said, this time we did play career mode. If you guys enjoyed it, we might do it again. We will do it again if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed manager career mode more, we could do that. I honestly enjoyed this more. I thought it was more fun. It was more in it, but maybe that's just me. So at the end of the day, this is more about you guys than it is about me. It's more about what you guys enjoy watching and spending time with. So let me know in the chat. And yeah, like I said, I'm hoping to be on stream again sometime this week. But if I'm not, then I will definitely be streaming next week as well. If I don't stream again, happy Eid to everyone celebrating. That will take place on Sunday. So that's for the same reason why I won't be streaming or commentating Sunday. So that's it. If y'all don't see me on stream before Thursday or Friday, just know that you probably won't see me that week, and then I'll be there next week again. So that was a bit of a rant. I apologize. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all next time. So take care of yourselves, and yeah, that's it. Ciao.